Hello, my name is Bragg, and you're here to learn about Cisco Security Cloud Control, which is a relatively new offering that we've had for a couple months now. And our goal is to help bring the Cisco portfolio together in a common user interface. Please log into the WebEx app to put your questions in. I'd prefer to not stop throughout the presentation for questions. Just as you get them, throw them in there. Even if we don't answer them immediately, I'll answer them throughout the day or tomorrow, and we can keep the discussion going for a couple weeks as well. I will pause at the end for questions, so there will be time at the end for some questions. So I am from New Hampshire in the United States. Not everybody here is from the US, so not everybody knows where New Hampshire is. I've been with Cisco since April Fool's Day 2015, and I'm currently a product owner for Security Cloud Control. And I love to travel. These are my kids and my wife, and I've been to 27 countries, 5 continents. Best trip so far, South Africa, wine country, safari, Cape Town was awesome. And I have a pretty strong dad joke game, which you might get some today, but maybe not. All right, so here's our agenda. We're gonna walk through, this is a 100 level course, beginner course. Everybody's kind of learning about what Security Cloud Control is. So I'm not gonna go too deep into the nerd knobs, but talk more about what the capabilities are, and we can dive in more later. So the great news about this is, first of all, it doesn't cost you anything to get Security Cloud Control. Second of all, it's the experience you've been asking for since I've been with Cisco and before I was with Cisco. Hey, let's bring these security products together. Let's have one common URL. Let's have one common experience. Let me buy it the same way for every single product. This is what we have built and are continuing to add on with Security Cloud Control. So what's our strategy? What's our mission? So our strategy at Cisco is to really meet this unified demand, this demand for a unified solution. We really want to reduce the complexity. We know that our products are not only complex, but are complex to use together. We want to reduce that and really make it inherently simple. And then as you bring more products into the portfolio, we want to show you how to make those products work together, share data, share common attributes, share objects, share users. So that's our strategy. What do you get out of it as customers? You're going to get better outcomes because it's going to be easier for you to manage multiple products at one time, which will make you way more efficient. The setup and configuration is going to be superior to what you're experiencing now. With user management, set up your users one time and give them access to multiple products from one UI, one interface. Share LDAP configurations, share objects, not have to recreate everything every time you're setting up a new product in our portfolio. And then if you're an MSP or a partner or a large organization, we want to make it easy for you to share and collaborate these things together in a great MSP and multi-org experience. All right, so let's stroll down memory lane a little bit and talk about the products that we have and why we think we should bring all these products together. First of all, the obvious one, Secure Firewall. It's awesome. We know it's a market leader. It does all the things, but we want to be able to make it do all the things with all the other things that we own. Secure workload, again, best of class, segmentation. Everybody here probably already knows how secure workload works, isovalent, Kubernetes security, first class, and then with Hypershield, we're extending that to the network to make it so that you can bring that right down to the server level. Agentless at the switch, and then secure access, which has been out for a year or so, which is awesome, our seamless VPN solution for secure access, security service edge management, or user access. And then third-party firewalls. Not everybody has all Cisco stuff. Let's bring some of those into the fold here as well. And all that brings us to Security Cloud Control with the products that we're supporting today as well as some new products that are popping up in your life, like the Mesh Policy Engine, which you'll probably hear about at Cisco Live this week, and also AI Defense, which is new as of Cisco Live EU. So all these things today make up the tools or the applications that are available in Security Cloud Control. So we really want to make it so as you change your enforcement points, you can maintain common policies, or at least common outcomes, and give you one place to license these things and one place to manage them. So you're not running around trying to get to all the different locations to do all your administrative operations. So this all leads into us being able to get to this North Star we want to for our hybrid firewall story, to be able to take our existing infrastructure, our existing technologies, and make it so we can do from the user level to the server level and everything in between with one experience for you that will give you first-class segmentation, encryption, and of course, reporting and intelligence from all these applications as well. So that's the goal that we have in our North Star with hybrid firewalling that Security Cloud Control enables. So this is just another view of what I just said, being able to take all these products and applications that we already have and bring them together under one umbrella to give you a best-of-breed solution. All right, so what does the Security Cloud Control provide? So we want to give you, first of all, a common way to get up and running. So we're creating common provisioning flows for you as a customer. And the one thing that I think is like the biggest bang for your buck here is common user management. So no longer do you have to create a user in every single one of your applications, set up your IDP service in every single application. You get to set this up one time and manage it in one place, and all the products adhere to whatever the permissions are that you give the users from Security Cloud Control. We want to make it simpler for you and any of your users or your colleagues to be able to take on a new product by having a common looking interface with common nomenclature in it. So file print means file print in all the different applications. Standard look and feel, standard way to do all things. We have AI assistants that you probably have popped up in all the different products that you're using right now. We want to unify them, or we have unified them. So if I can answer a question in secure access from the AI assistant, or from firewall from the AI assistant, I can also use the Security Cloud Control AI assistant and ask a question and get all the federated answers from all the different AI assistants that are working there. So that's a huge benefit, not having to go to each product to learn about the documentation or learn the answers from the AI assistant. And then we're going to share things like objects, services, any attributes across our different products. We're going to give you top-level dashboards so that as an administrator that's logging in the morning, you'll have one common dashboard that you can look at to see what's the top of my priority list today, what are the things that are broken. So that is another great advantage of using Security Cloud Control. Multi-tenancy. We built multi-tenancy first. Sorry, my audio's doing some weird stuff. We built multi-tenancy first so that you'll see in my demo how easy it is to have multiple organizations in your life and be able to switch between those different organizations. And we're building out a whole boatload of MSP experience capabilities that we're going to be able to talk about more here in the future. All right, so how do you get started with Security Cloud Control? So many of you already have Security Cloud Control. You might not even know it. So if you have CDO, you have Security Cloud Control already. So as of today, this morning, everybody in the US, the EU, Japan, the whole world has been migrated over to use Security Cloud Control if you're using CDO. And the products that are included in there are, the firewall, CDFMC, multi-cloud defense. You're already entitled to be able to use Security Cloud Control, and nothing about your experience is changing. What we've done is we're bringing all the products into Security Cloud Control as they natively already work. So we're not trying to recreate the user experience or the capabilities or any of the things that you already know how to do in firewall and secure access or any of the products that you're used to. We're just bringing them in as micro apps into Security Cloud Control so that the learning curve for anybody that is an existing customer is minimal. And I'll show you that in a little bit in a demo as well. If you have secure access, you also have Security Cloud Control. The rollout for that is going to be a little longer. It's going to happen throughout this calendar year. But the same thing, all the experience for your users, your customers, yourselves will be the same for secure access and Security Cloud Control. If you don't have any of these products already, you just want to fire up and get a new one, all you have to do is go to security.cisco.com and you can get yourself an organization. There's no cost of getting an org. You can get multiple organizations if you want, if you're doing testing or if you have different use cases for your organizations. You can go ahead and set up multiple orgs. There is some nuances as you're setting up an org. You're going to want to choose a region where you want your data to be stored. And as you enable products inside that region, we will adhere to what region you were in as where the product should be deployed. So for instance, XDR. If I choose to create my organization in Australia, then when I go to deploy XDR from that Australia organization, XDR will be deployed in Australia as well. So we'll adhere to where the org is to where the product should be because we're aware that you care about data sovereignty. We want to keep those products in the geo that you've chosen in the first place. So what is an organization in Security Cloud Control? You might hear, so we have 3 words for the same thing. We have organization, we have tenants, and we have enterprises. And they all mean the same thing. But we're settling on an organization as a name to describe that. So it's just a boundary, a security boundary, or a data boundary of what is trusted inside that organization. So if I create an organization and I deploy firewall, secure access, multi-cloud defense, and XDR in that organization, they inherently trust each other. So I can share data between those different products because the token that we're using is organization-based. Now, we also are aware of who your users are, so maybe just because I trust data doesn't mean I trust you to get the data, but we trust data between those different products inside of an organization. So as you create an organization, think of it as a data boundary and a trust boundary. So I can have multiple organizations. If I'm Acme and I have a North America operation and an EU operation, I can deploy 2 orgs. I can deploy products inside those orgs. Nothing between these 2 organizations. No data is shared between them at all, inherently. You can always set up APIs or share data yourself, but we don't just make it so that the data is able to be shared between those applications across the orgs. Here's some more things that are requirements. They're in the PowerPoint, and I just kind of basically said them. So this is where we currently have stacks stood up today: US, Germany, India, Australia, in Japan. Again, the data stays sovereign inside those countries. The one thing that happens always in the US is the very first like security.cisco.com actually lives in the US. So we have metadata there about who you are, where your org lives. And if you have your own SAML federated or a SAML configured, you can bypass that and none of the data would be in the US at all. So if you have strict requirements for absolutely no data whatsoever in the US because you're in Germany, you can just have your own SAML configuration for your users. And we don't even really store any data at all at that point. Here is just making sure you understand that when you have an organization set, we can only deploy 1 instance of a product per organization. So you can't bring up the US and bring up secure access twice or XDR twice, or it's just 1 instance of a product per organization at this moment. That might change in the future, but that's how it is today. Most customers, this is not a problem. You only buy a product 1 time and use it. So it's just an addendum All right, so I have a little demo here on getting started. So this is a brand new user. Let's see if I can make it play. All right, it's a brand new startup. This is someone who has not ever logged into Security Cloud Control. This is getting my new user account, so everybody can get a Security Cloud sign-on account for free. That's no big deal. This is just walking through the steps of getting it. We send an email to you to activate the account, and then there's a few steps you need to do to get your IDP set up. Your authentication agent. Sorry, not your IDP. Your authentication set up locally. In this case, I'm using Duo to do it. And I was just trying to be very thorough about what it looks like actually when I am setting up myself for the very first time. So we go through, create an account, we're going to set up multi-factor, we're going to be able to log in now. Once I log in, I can go create an enterprise. So the two things I need to know is what I want to call it, and then the second thing I want to know is where do I want to deploy it. So I'm going to go ahead and deploy it in North America. I'm going to create a new enterprise, and the enterprise gets created just like that. There was nothing up my sleeve when I created it. That's how fast it did it. And then we welcome you. You can start a tour and see how to get started. But that is how I can go ahead and get an account in Security Cloud Control. Now, if you're buying a product, you'll get an email with a claim code in it that would say you do the same process as well to get started on your way. But I'll show you a demo of that in a second as well. All right, so that's getting started. Now I have an account. I'm a user. I'm a real living person inside of Security Cloud Control. Now I want to go ahead and actually provision and buy some product and start using it inside of Security Cloud Control. So we're giving you a single experience, and we're going to send you a claim code in your email. So if you buy Secure Access, if you buy XDR, you'll get a claim code in the email that whoever it was sent to. The email is irrelevant, and the organization is irrelevant because we just give you a claim code that completely has all the data in it that we need to know that this is a product and this is how much of that product you're entitled to. If I'm an admin, if I'm like the accountant in the organization, and I'm the one that got the claim code, I can just forward it off to my network engineer, and that network engineer can use that claim code. It's not like attributed to any person. But you can only use that claim code one time. And so you get an email saying, hey, welcome. Here's a claim code. You'll see the claim code up there in bold. You log in, they created an org, and then they're going to pop in their subscription ID, which is the data inside the claim code right here. So you just have to pop in and everybody's done this with Meraki. It's like exactly like the Meraki experience to be able to get up and running. Once I've claimed something, in the subscription page, we'll show you what products you are subscribed to. So a claim code could be one product, or it could be a suite. It could be 5, 6, 7, 8 products with one claim code. So once you claim, you see what the products are, and then you can go ahead and activate those products inside of the licensing page. So here's a little demo on how to do that. So once I've logged in, I'm just click on claim. There's going to be a claim subscription button up here. Go ahead and claim. Theoretically, I've gotten an email with that claim code in it. Here's my email. I'm going to grab the claim code. I don't know why it shows you in the email what products are included in the claim code. I think that's what I was trying to tell you there. Go ahead and claim it, paste it in, and Bob's your uncle. We're going to have products. This shows you all the products that you can claim it. If you already have, for instance, secure workload or secure access, and you want to attach that instance to this Security Cloud Control, you can go ahead and check those boxes and bring in existing products into it. So we're fully aware that most people have brownfield environments and they need to bring in products that they're not going to be started from scratch. So we provide that capability as well. So I go ahead and claim it, and again, it will show you the current status of all the products. If there's an action required, some of the products, I can go ahead and claim them and activate them, and they happen immediately. Some of them take a minute. Some of them, there's some magic that happens in the back end that is not necessarily automated. So it could take a day for a couple of the flows to get claimed, but we'll tell you what the status is in the UI. So you'll know that there's an activation process or that the activations are all completed, where the activations are available. So it's pretty intuitive flow to get your licenses in. And what's awesome here is, I don't know how many times you've asked your Cisco salesperson, or if you're a partner, how many times your customers asked you, hey, when does my license expire? And it's a whole email chain about when does the license expire? In this view, you get to see everything about your license, how much you own, and when it's going to expire. So for all the products that are in Security Cloud Control, you now have full visibility of the licensing and when the licensing will expire for your products. So here I'm just showing you that everything's available. And so the dashboard here is, again, another huge incentive to use Security Cloud Control over just going individually to the products, because you have a complete overview of what your licensing is across your environment. All right, so user management. So again, like I mentioned, Security Cloud Control gives you one place to manage your users across all the products that are participating in Security Cloud Control. It gives you user roles. You can have groups and assign roles to groups. You can configure your IDP just one time. This is a huge time saver, a huge operational benefit for you. What's important to note is that each product still maintains its own current integrity of what permissions and how permissions are assigned to each product. So we're not saying, hey, you're an administrator in Security Cloud Control, therefore you're now a firewall administrator, a secure access administrator, a multi-cloud defense administrator. You can create a group and do that if you want to, but we're adhering to the fact that we know that there's going to be plenty of customers that have secure access administrators that are not firewall administrators, that are not XDR administrators. So you still need to keep all that separate, and we're allowing you to do that, and that's how it works by default. Active Directory is supported out of the box. You can bring your own IDP, and we track all the user management, who's adding users, who's deleting users, what groups and roles, as well as who's logging in to the products. All that is tracked and logged inside of Security Cloud Control as well. And again, a little demo to show this. So platform administration, I'm going to talk about that in a second, but basically there's one place now to see all user management. This was a very sparse environment. I was setting it up from scratch. So Nick is the only person that is in here, but Nick's going to go ahead and be able to invite a new user. But before Nick does that, Nick's going to create a group. Best practice is obviously to create groups, assign roles to groups, and then put users in those groups. So Nick's going to go ahead and create a group and give that group some permissions. So security managers are going to have permissions from multiple products here. We're going to be able to assign roles to this. So you might have firewall, you might have secure access, you might have multi-cloud defense. You can go ahead and assign all the roles that you want to this group. So as users get dropped into this group, they will inherit those roles. All right. So the mileage will vary. We've actually, since I did this demo like a month or so ago, we've changed some of the UI here to improve it a little bit, but it's essentially the same. So now I've created a group, I can add a user, and I can either add a user that already exists in my view, or I can go ahead and invite a new user. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new user from scratch. I'm going to create Kit. I'm going to send Kit an email. And I just want to go through like what the process will be for you as an administrator to create a new user and what the experience is going to be for Kit to become a new user in Security Cloud Control. So obviously I can create more than one user at a time. We have some work happening soon to be able to just upload users as well. And of course, if you have an IDP or LDAP config associated, instead of adding users, you'll just add groups that are associated or map back to groups inside of your own enterprise. So this is Nick getting an email, and Nick's just going to go ahead and activate their account. Sorry, Kit, sorry. And we show you which of your users have actually received their invitation and clicked on it or not. And I'm just showing you here that there's all these different permissions that I can assign to the users. As I add more products into Security Cloud Control, more permissions will show up. So we won't show you permissions that are useless to you at the moment because you don't have those products in your environment. But we will show you, as you add a new product in, we will show you the opportunity to make those permissions. I can also create a user or a user group that their only goal in life is to manage the actual platform of Security Cloud Control. So we know there's customers that have instances where they have users that are managing access to things, but they don't necessarily need to have access to firewall or secure access or anything like that. So basically here, I'm just creating a group that I'm going to drop some users in to administer who has access to Security Cloud Control. And so I can just go ahead and assign roles. And we've actually improved this experience quite a bit. You can actually search a lot easier, and we do it by product now, not a list of all the roles. So we're an agile team. We have very short sprints, and we actually deploy just like CDO does with weekly deploys. We do that as well with Security Cloud Control. We deploy weekly, so as things become available or a bug gets found, we can quickly fix it and turn it around into the product. So I've invited a user, I'm adding them to a group, so when that user logs in, they'll just automatically have their permissions set for them. And again, I can see who's pending and also who's created their account. So I believe in here I'm also going to accept for Danny the account, and Danny's going to log in, and then the UI is going to update and say, hey, Danny, you invited Danny. Danny has logged in and activated their account, and they have access to Security Cloud Control as well. So again, this is the experience of another user logging in. It's super simple. This is well documented, so you can send any user that is having a problem, you can just send them the page and say, this is how, if you get an invitation from us, go ahead and create your account and log in. And there we go. Now, Gabe and Kit have both, Danny and Nick have both logged in. Danny was the person I just sent, and they're a member. They have a role, and they are now in Security Cloud Control, and I can see who has not logged in, who I've invited but has not logged in as well. All right, so that's user management. I was a little overkill in my demo, but it's such fundamental. I wanted to make sure that people understand how to do that. All right, so unified user experience. So, like I said before, we didn't go recreate how every product works. That would have been crazy. It would have been just a lot of engineering work. But what we did is we went to all the products and we normalized the look and feel. We normalized the navigational experience, and we made it so that we can snap those products into Security Cloud Control to make for a unified looking experience for you. So the things that are always available in the navigation is the user management. We've created favorites so you can bookmark different locations inside your different products. We've built a common inventory page so you can see all the common inventory, and then we're working on common objects across those products as well. What seems like a small footnote but is a big deal is we've also unified the documentation across all the products. So you don't have to go hunt and peck across all the different products to find an answer to a question. We have a common product documentation site now, which is awesome. So to get a little in the weeds a little bit, so basically in Security Cloud Control, the left side and the top are what we call like common UI experience. So anything you see on the left or the top, we built it so that it's always available, it's always there, and it always does the exact same thing. And then we have this middle part where we bring in all the micro apps from all the different products, whether it be CDFMC, firewall, whether it be XDR in the future. All those things will land and appear inside this middle part of the UI. And this is even a little better illustration of it, just to show, so you can understand what to expect, that as I move from firewall to secure access, the things that you see for firewall and for secure access are the same as they are today. We're just displaying them inside of Security Cloud Control. So I'm going to give a little demo about the unified experience. So here I have a fairly populated Security Cloud Control with many products enabled. And I've already onboarded them. I've used the codes to bring them in. You notice that there's a thing called platform services. These are omnipresent. So as I move between my different services, this platform service is going to always be available. But when I went into firewall, if you're using CDO today, this is the exact same experience, the exact same look and feel, the exact same UI that you see in CDO today. And all the pieces that you would expect to see are still there. Now, if I want to go back to another product, I just go back to the platform menu, and again, I see that same left nav with all the different products, and here I've gone into Hypershield to show, basically I'm just going through different products to see that these are all the same, and what's on the left nav in the top is maintaining the same, but in the middle, we're just pulling in all these different products, and you're not having to log into them or anything like that. It's all seamless because all these products inherently trust each other to be able to project into this common view that we have here. And you see, this platform services will move based on what the menu is above, but this platform services is always there because it's critical if I'm an administrator of the platform users that I can always get to those, because that is where I'm going to create and manage all my users now for all these products that are in Security Cloud Control. And we also have built in this feature for favorites. So right now the favorites is empty, but I can go to a different product here. Sorry, we have common notifications. Sorry, I skipped ahead of myself. So if I go to favorites, I can go ahead and go to some different products. So in this case, I'm going to go to firewall. I'm going to find a view that I normally go to. So every day I log in and I have to manage policies. So I'm going to just go ahead and pin that policy. You're going to see that there is a little pin there. I'm going to go ahead and pin that policy. And now that policy view is going to be saved to my favorites. Same thing with secure access every day. Oh, maybe I'm doing multi-cloud. Every day I have to go in and look at my policies for multi-cloud as well. I'm just going to go ahead and pin that. So now when I go back to favorites, I will see that now I have access policies and network ACLs in my favorites. So as you start using this more and more, you're going to come back to me, I'm sure, and say, hey, I'd like some more favorites for X, Y, or Z. This is a thing I do every day. Just let me know, let us know, and we can add more capabilities in there. But this is for you to, we understand as you pull more and more products together, it obviously becomes a little more complicated to be able to navigate around. We want to streamline that with things that you are doing on a daily basis, be able to pull those menu items into one location. And that's what we're doing with the favorites capability. All right, so that's the common UI. That's the experience that we are promoting and providing with this. I'm cruising right along. I'm sorry for going so. I guess I'm going too fast. All right. So let's look ahead. So I've showed you kind of like what Security Cloud Control looks like today. What are we doing? We've just gotten started. Like we released this right before Cisco Live in the EU, so like end of February. People started using it. Over the summer, we're adding more products. We're participating in the whole mesh firewall story to be able to bring these products in to do cross-product use cases. Universal ZTNA, which I'm sure you've heard a lot about or are about to hear a lot about, that is coming to life because of this capability of being able to pull secure access and firewall together seamlessly inside of Security Cloud Control. We have a ton of MSP features that we're working on right now, and we'd love to talk to anybody that wants to learn, that is an MSP or is a partner or is a large organization. I actually have an engineering leader right here, Sindhu. She's actually developing our MSP capabilities, but we're this close to having something to release, but we'd like to talk to customers to get more requirements, more experience, get feedback on what we're designing. So please feel free to hang around afterwards and talk to us. We'd love to talk more about it. We're working on federated global search so that I can search from one location into all my different applications that I have inside of Security Cloud Control. That's another huge feature that we believe will really streamline the troubleshooting process for customers that are troubleshooting. A shared audit log is coming. We're starting to do designs on that to be able to give you one place to see who's making changes across my environment, where they're making changes from one location. So that's something that we're pretty sure will really help the troubleshooting experience for customers as well. We're doing some integration with attack so that you can easily open up tickets directly from Security Cloud Control, get the relevant information, maybe even get suggestions back of what to do to fix the problem without having to even talk to attack. So those are some cool things that are happening. And then if you've looked at AI Ops at all inside of CDO, we want to extend and expand the capabilities of AI Ops. Instead of you having to know the needle in the haystack and know that what you're looking for, with AI Ops, it tells you, hey, we know that there's a needle in this haystack that you didn't even know about. Do this thing to solve this problem. That's what AI Ops is doing today for CDO, and we want to extend that out to the rest of the product suite as well that's in Security Cloud Control. All right. Some key takeaways. So I've talked a lot about Security Cloud Control. I just wanted to give you kind of a sense of some of the pieces that are in Security Cloud Control. So from a UI perspective, that's useful, but from just knowing what are the actual, what's the anatomy of Security Cloud Control? So everything here that's under this platform banner here are all things that are common that we're building across the products. So you can think of all the things like licensing, provisioning, tenancy, are things that you'll be able to log in and have the same experience for all the different products that we add in Security Cloud Control. And then these are the products that are either already in Security Cloud Control or will be coming in the near future. Basically, if it's part of the security suite, it should be and will be part of Security Cloud Control as well. So we're already working to things that are not in there today. We're already working to prioritize or implement those and bring them into Security Cloud Control as well. So this gives you kind of an architectural look at the product and what the pieces are. And then kind of the unified security management today. This is just another look at it. Really the baseline of this is building you a common user experience across all the products with all these things. Like I just said, these were the things that were all on the left. All these things being common and available to all these products that are on the top today and more products again in the future. So what's important to note is that we're not changing anything about any of these products up here. They all work the way they work today. They can all work independently. If you bring them into Security Cloud Control, you don't lose any capabilities. If you bring them into Security Cloud Control, you can still access them the same way you do today. But as you bring them in, we can start benefiting from having firewall, multi-cloud defense, workload, secure access, all talking to each other, maintaining common statuses, maintaining common objects, maintaining common attributes across your policies. That's where the power is coming from that we're building this platform for. So we really think that it is going to supercharge your efficiencies to operate by just taking away a lot of complexity of how do I even get this product, how do I configure this product, where do I go to license this product. We really think that we're going to take away a lot of complexity there. Beyond configuring and managing, we also think as we bring these products together and start sharing data, start sharing logs, we're really going to help you improve your actual effectiveness of doing your job as well. Before you go, you can create your own organization at security.cisco.com. So if you don't have an org already, go ahead and create one. Create two if you want. And please join our security research community. This is basically UI, UX, as well as other engineering capabilities. So if you scan this code, you can sign up to join. I can jump up and down and tell a product manager or tell an engineer that something is needed and necessary. But if we hear that same thing from one or two customers, boy, does that go a long way to get something changed. So if you want to have a voice and get something built the way you want it built, join this community and you will get contacted and you will see results. You're going to see this 1,000 times this week. Do all these things. And please feel free to put messages in the WebEx chat. I will follow up. You can always contact me with email if you want to. If you have any questions, if you want to take a deeper dive into any of the things we talked about, if you have some particular use cases, please feel free to contact me. And last of all, thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for your time.